off before we go?
Shall we have a quick roll?
Does anybody do like stretching before they
Right, so have a quick roll.
do anything?
And those people upstairs have stopped playing music.
I know, yeah. That's a bonus.
Yeah, definitely.
It's always good to be underneath a venue.
Yeah. So we should explain we're in a basement.
Yeah, or a cellar if you're.
Or a dungeon, if you want to call it by its proper title.
Depends who you are.
I haven't put the swing up yet, so.
Later.
Where there's some kids upstairs playing
Cut.
Nirvana covers.
Play what sounds like Nirvana.
There's like 60 kids up there. Like they're all like between like 14 and 18. So none of them are allowed to drink, and they'll just like all stir around, and then like the band on stage that play Nirvana covers. A couple of people. There's like about 3 people allowed to drink, and they're all walking around like this, like.
Yeah.
This is alcohol. Yeah, man. They feel like proper. Like
There'll be one just buying it for everyone.
Top of the hierarchy, you know, because Kelly's like there. She's just like.
She's honest.
She's like, if anyone's like giving booze to the kids, she's gonna be on it. It's good though. It's good to see like gigs back.
Gigs back,
Venue
yeah.
actually
I mean,
any facility, any realm.
is it a super spreader event? That's the.
Could be all these unvaccinated teenagers.
Oh yeah. Well, that's what we're told, isn't it?
So at least Kelly was up there amongst it. She's had it. She's still wearing a mask, like.
Yeah, I think I'd be wearing a mask up there. To be fair, I'm still wearing a mask quite a bit, to be honest. It's become automatic. You go to a shop,
Yeah.
pop it up still.
I don't.
No, I've still
At
been
all.
wearing mine.
It's just routine for me. I've got it on at work, so I've normally got it on. If I go to
Yeah.
shops, I tend to put it on really.
I do like 12 hours in it, so
not- I don't get
any
angry
sort
if I
of
see
freedom outside of that is
Yeah. I mean, I don't get angry if I see people not wearing them. 'Cause
yeah.
it's just what some people are
Starting
not
to see the
wearing.
reverse. aren't
Freedom
you?
of choice.
If you didn't wear a mask at first, people give you a funny look. Now, if you're
Yeah,
wearing
it's-
one, people are like looking at you. You're still wearing one.
It's some, but it's
Yeah.
some people in it.
Yeah. No, yeah, not everyone.
But I know what you mean. Yeah.
It's nice to start this off on a nice sort of topic with
Hot
COVID.
topic, mask, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah, masks.
I don't wear mine, but only because I've had it, so I just think I'm not going to be spreading it to anyone. And no one's going to spread it to me. I'm fucking invincible!
Yeah, that's it. Now you're done now.
So yeah, don't bother it. You have to go to work though. Like at work, like 20 people over the weekend got COVID.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you know when you could have picked me up and we were on that night out?
Right.
Pretty much everyone who was at that table got COVID.
Sound. I mean, I'm fine, so whatever.
You didn't.
I've had 2 pricks and also my vaccinations.
It's fucking.
So yeah, what we're doing? Doing a podcast.
Yeah.
Chatting shit.
Podcast with constant interference.
Yeah, I don't know like how much that like sound from up there is going to come through.
You can hear you screaming. It's not Sam's head. It's actual music.
It's not my internal monologue somehow escaping my head. I say that's me screaming.
But yeah, we haven't soundproofed the ceiling yet.
Not in here.
But
Anyway.
in there is, that's our live room where we do live videos and shit.
Well, where our live. Everybody's had a taste of it already, haven't they? With the live set, the live songs.
Yeah. So we were meant to be playing a gig tonight in Manchester.
Yeah.
And like, we were like really good, not getting COVID.
Really excited.
Just so it'd go. We even cancelled a gig in Redcar in a micro pub because it was the capital of COVID for Europe.
At the time.
So we didn't get COVID. And then 2 bands that were local both got COVID. And we can't fucking go now, can we?
You do. Yet to make our debut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what, we got 2 weeks to wait?
Yeah, that's going to be up there.
Yeah.
Where those kids are now, that's where that'll be our first gig.
Yeah.
It'll be sort of fitting though, won't it? Like in like our home building.
Yeah.
Yeah, at base camp. Yeah, very fit.
Just come out the basement.
Come on, the basement.
Up the stairs and you're
out.
there.
Roll up the stairs.
Right. Sit right.
Can't be asked carrying me gear, mate. Like
Saves on petrol money, though, isn't it?
It really does.
Swings and rounds, you know.
Yeah. So who's got talking points?
What's something interesting to talk about? It's a lot of pressure to be interesting, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Alright, I'll start. Right.
Oh god. See, the show and tell starts. Come on then.
Right.
Okay.
The female skateboarding Olympic finals.
It's
Right.
gonna be all topical. Isn't it?
Okay.
They're fucking mint. So like, all like the pro skaters obviously were there, who like play at the X Games and like everything. But like all the veterans, like, I think the pressure must have got to them because all the medalists in both types of skateboarding were all like teenagers, like young teenagers. So like both in the street and in the what they call the park, which is like bowls, and the street is more like a skate park that's got like boxes and
Right.
rails and stairs and stuff, and like smaller like quarter pipes just for like more for like doing like tricks and grinds and jumps and shit. So like in both of them, the medalists were two 13-year-olds and a 16-year-old, and none of them were the same person, like two separate matches.
We were all separate entities.
Yeah, so like it's not like a 13-year-old won both types of skateboarding because they were all different like competitors. They were like, 'cause they were different disciplines. They didn't enter into both of them, and like all like the superstars of skateboarding just didn't medal at all.
That's cool. Up and comers
Yeah.
shining through.
So like,
I like the way the Olympics is like taking on different sports this year. Like,
oh yeah, and the skateboarding's just proper exciting, and like, cause it's like these kids that have won it, I think that like grabbed the headlines and
yeah.
Well, they've got the format for it as well, like with Street League and all the rest of it. They've got a scoring system that works. It can be it's a sport. It's a proper sport.
yeah.
It's great to see. Looking forward for our Saltburn skate park to be done. That'll be good. Go there, break a foot or an elbow for the crack.
Yeah, I'll make another decent video for us.
It will like.
But yeah, so like, but when I started skating, and probably when you did as well, Sam, like about 15 sort of years old. So you start about 15 years old.
Yeah.
Me too.
There's no like girl skaters.
No, well,
No,
yeah,
it's
no.
heavily male
There weren't
dominant.
any with it. But like now, there's like girl skaters in the Olympics final at 13, like before, like an age before we even like thought of starting skateboarding.
There was a
You're already
few,
at the
yeah, there was
pro
a few, but
level.
there wasn't.
Yeah, they've got to the pro level from like they must have them started when they're like 5, 6 or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think it's like the previous generation's kids. They've like
Got it
the
all.
skateboarders have like got the kids to do it like early on,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
like, didn't happen before because it needed like the previous generation I think to have kids and then like get the kids.
Yeah.
Lots of fucking off.
It's loud that
That's some bass.
some serious teenage pop punk going on.
Yeah, it is like. Looking forward to getting the ceiling sound, bro.
You had 3-on-3 street basketball. Did you see that in the Olympics? That was really cool.
I did see a bit of that. Yeah.
That was good.
What was going on there?
It was just like regular 5-a-side basketball, but with 3 people.
Was that would that be
But it was
called
like-
3-a-side?
3-a-side, yeah, instead of 5.
Hang on.
It was 5-a-side, but with 3. So it was like.
That's about all the rules I understand at the moment. It's interesting.
Yeah, but they had like the same basket, didn't they? They weren't like.
It was
on a
half court, not full court. So that's another key.
How did you? Didn't you have a game thing recently?
Yeah, I played in a charity event for a Spanish Civil War memorial that's going up in Stockton soon. It's really cool. Managed to raise £911. Our target was like 200 quid or something. So
No, that's mint.
everyone around the world has bought like our local pub teams' basketball jerseys.
Oh yeah.
So it's gone to Vietnam and New York and Spain and all that.
Oh, that's quite cool.
So
Yeah.
yeah, everyone's getting amongst it.
Do you know in Catalonia, like which was like the heart of where the Civil War went on, they don't have any. There's no museum whatsoever to the Civil War. There's nothing there. It's like it's too raw for them, or it's not allowed to be expressed. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like
This was like a celebration of people from like the local areas, like Stockton, like
Yeah.
going over to help out and stuff.
yeah. So what isn't that mad? Like Stockton.
Yeah, we celebrate more
Stockton,
than
like fucking thousands of miles away.
Catalonia.
Our country wasn't even officially like Britain didn't actually enter into that war because I think on the down they supported the fascists, like the government.
Yeah.
So it was only like people who voluntarily chose to go and do it.
Fight the anti-fascist.
Yeah,
fascism.
fight again. Yeah. So like obviously George Orwell was the most famous one
Yeah.
who did that. But like yeah, there's just like no I don't know why there's like no museum there. We tried to go to one like the other year, but
Pretty strange. So we're trying to set up like a mini basketball tournament in Barcelona maybe next year, which will be pretty cool. Like all the lads fly over.
sweet.
Sweet. Fingers crossed.
But yeah, you know George Orwell lived in Stockton for like about 2 years.
Right, yeah.
There's like a little hamlet. So I mean, everyone who's watching this probably don't know where Stockton is, but it's like a town in the northeast of England on the River Tees. It's where me and Rob are from. You grew up in Stockton. You grew up in Middlesbrough, yeah. It's like the next town up. But yeah, so like it's 6 miles away from anywhere, and people don't usually hear of it. But yeah, George Orwell, like he came to like write and get away from it all in this like tiny hamlet like on the outside of Stockton. And like me and my mate, when we were out like 18 or something, we went to go and find it. We just walked to it, and like we just walked through all these fields, and we did this like a little unmarked road. It was like you better get a car down it. And we got there and got to the end of it, and in front of us was like this bare tree with like no leaves on it, and it was fucking. There was like 2 owls in it, like literally 2 owls looking at us, and it was like, yeah, this must be the place. Like we were like atmospheric as fuck. We went round and we saw this big house in the background, and it's like a big front garden, like sort of made into a golf course, and some like massive hares jumping around it. Then we went like around the corner, and like there was another just really old house. It was all it was 2 houses, and that was the whole hamlet. Just fields around everywhere else. And like we went and like looked, and we were like, oh, this is the house. This is meant to be it. I can't remember how we knew. I think we looked it up on the internet or something. Like, this is meant to be the house, yeah. Like, oh fuck, what do we do? Should we go and have a look? Like, we sort of went and looked, and we found like just next to the door there was like a plaque, like a bullet. Someone put a blue plaque up saying like George Orwell like lived here. I think it was like it was something like 1946, 47 or something. But it's like. Theory is it's around the time that he wrote 1984, because that was published in 48, that's why it switched around to 84. So like he might have actually written that book while he was like in there in Stockton.
Is the house untouched now? Or, like,
no, there's people living in it.
Yeah.
It's just like a massive house, and like there's like a nice garden and stuff, and like there's like a few lights on and stuff, but like
people looking confused at why he was
well, no, we didn't know we'd see anyone. We thought we would, and we were just like 2 like teenagers like looking around like trying to see what was going on. But like, if you're doing like a Civil War thing, like that should be like part of it, really. That sort of knowledge of thought. So it's the Golden Smog pub, isn't it? Which is a micro pub in Stockton.
Golden Smog micro pub in Stockton-on-Tees, and we play. We're the first ever, as far as we know, a micro team basketball squad that's been entered into a proper league. So we're now part of the Durham League.
Sorry, it's a bit loud there. Speak of the first ever micro penis basketball team.
Micro penis basketball volunteer club.
Volunteers.
Yeah. 3 pints, 3 dicks.
3 dicks?
3 dicks.
It sounds similar to some other places I know, but...
It's all nasty now. It's really positive for a second there. It went all nasty.
Yeah, I was asked to. Don't mind this.
This pop-up must be permeating our audio membrane in this podcast.
Right.
Yeah, it is. It is.
It's melting our souls.
Oh, it does. Yeah, it's a good idea to like do our first podcast when there's a band playing directly above us with no sound.
Yeah, like smashing little chords into our face.
Peak moments.
Same went out good today.
I mean, I came here, it's just like obviously
just
the best thing I've
for
done.
content. Got any content, boys? Any content?
Just bring all your best fucking content, lads.
Get the camera down. We'll go have a roll through there, pal.
What do you mean by roll?
Tournament. It's a
In what?
man grappling tournament.
Alright, yeah.
How's that for a
That thing that you're into.
That way, the thing they're wrestling men.
Elaborate.
Hey?
Please elaborate.
No. Sounds really forced.
Good conversation.
No, yeah. You'll have to come back to classes soon. Are you joining as well, Josh?
I don't know about that, like.
Get the full band.
Joining what? You haven't even said what it is.
That's jiu-jitsu, isn't
There we go. That's what
Trying to get
I was
there.
trying to get you to say.
Yeah.
Just say things.
Take the seat,
Nobody
take the
feels
bait.
No one else
forced.
understands.
You had to let me, I wanted to, tease it in, just edge it in, bit by bit, and then the, big reveal. Isn't me crying.
You have to hit it straight away, man. These YouTubers got no patience.
No,
Oh, yeah.
nobody's got patience with me.
Just lost his 4 fans.
Yeah, what for fans? It's just us watching the video.
Yeah. Even we don't
and
get
that's the
anymore.
bit where Josh goes, I can't be bothered watching this anymore, boys.
Yeah.
That's enough for me.
You're just watching like it's too forced out.
I know, yeah, it's too fast. I can't
I'm not having that.
I can't be featuring in this.
Yeah. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Let's get off our chest.
On a segue, it's just so desperate.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
It is, yeah.
Right. I've been doing it for a couple of years. And Sam, you finally got into it. Me and our mate John Lane
Yeah.
trying to get you into it for ages. He's been doing it for a lot longer than me.
So I finally came.
Finally did it.
And now I watch it constantly.
Yeah.
Just think about it all the time.
Good thing you've gone from zero exercise to fucking Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah, I've lost like a stone. Strangling people, basically.
Yeah.
Well, being I say that in the being strangled. Trying not to be strangled. Yeah. Let's not beat around the bush. I don't think I can be classed as competent yet.
Well, you came along and you sort of enjoyed it. Then you were like, "Where's all the balls that we bounce? Why are we bouncing balls? What are we doing?"
Yeah, I preferred whacking balls off the floor.
Like, throwing them in hoops and shit.
Which you can do at Jiu-Jitsu, but it's not
Yeah.
entirely legal.
Oh, no,
But you
no.
have to try and get away with it a bit more, don't you?
Yeah.
And Josh, even though he is a judoka,
Judoka. Okay.
he hasn't been at Jiu-Jitsu.
No, I'm not. Just not my type of thing.
Tell us about your judo when you were a kid. What happened there?
I just done some judo lessons for a bit when I was 11, 12-year-old.
The big reveal, boys. Oh, jeez.
Around that age, lots of people do something along them like someone. They might do karate
Yeah, I
lessons
did karate for a few years.
for a bit while they were a kid.
Yeah. My boy's doing tang sudo at the moment.
Yeah, but why did you get into judo? Was it your dad who encouraged you?
It was my dad was the one who encouraged me to do it because his friend's son was doing it at the time as well. And the school that I went to, I'd only been in there about a month or so. First year of secondary school, wasn't the worst, but it was a bit rough.
What happened?
Within my first week or so, the school I was in, right next door, there was another school. We shared the same theatre and stuff. They were literally next door.
Yeah.
And one of them would start half an hour later, and one would finish half an hour later. Hopefully, the students wouldn't
because
mix
they'd all
together.
fight each other.
Yeah, stuff like that. And within the first week of secondary school, a couple of older lads from the other school jumped us on the wheel and beat us up, and me and my mates. So my dad encouraged me to try and go into it. And I didn't hate it, but I was at the time I was more just I don't want my Thursday afternoon to be took up when I wanted to be out with my friends and stuff. So just lost interest in it that way. But I was enjoying it when I was doing it at the time, but I'm not that keen to start it again.
So you must because you're quite you're a bit smaller than the other people. You're quite smaller than the other kids, and that's why they're fucking.
It was just where we were at the time. It was just wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah.
It was a little alleyway. After only people around the area will know it. Lots of places have parts known as the Avenue of Trees, and that's where it was in Acklam area. And there's a little thin alleyway in between two sections of the woodland paths. And it's that narrow that you can barely you have to let people past you couldn't
Oh yeah.
so it was just wrong place, wrong time, Joe. Us being new kids to the school, just little sevens, 11, 12 year old. Yeah, they were a few years older.
So did you use any of your judo throws any of the kids?
No, that's what was funny as well. 'Cause got jumped a couple of times straight away. Then my dad got me into judo, and then situations never really came up after that. I'd use.
Oh, you're like dying for them to jump you again. Like, jump me, just jump me.
Typical life.
Not that. It just didn't really ever happen again. And
you might have like. Do you think? But like, you probably did. You feel a bit more confident like when you were.
When me and my friends would just be messing about and grappling and stuff like that, like play fighting essentially. Like I had a bit more advantage when we were like. I was doing grappling and stuff because I would remember some of the moves, but I never had to use it in an actual self-defense situation again after that.
But like sometimes you don't need to. If you like learn a little bit and like you just like know like alright, I've got a chance if someone like does something to me. I've got a bit of a chance. I've got a bit of experience.
That's right. I've never been in a proper situation since, but I've noticed when I've got older, I had a friend who I hung about with all the time. And he was like 6'2", probably about 14 stone or something like that. And every now and again, if I got the right hold on him, I managed to move him about, and that surprisingly. but yeah, that's again just like play fighting type of thing.
Yeah. But like that's what judo and jiu-jitsu is about. It's like it's all about leverage and technique.
Yeah, they were the same sport originally.
Yeah.
Judo and jiu-jitsu were the same thing.
But then that would be a good thing about me being lighter weight and stuff, because then I could get out of other people's holds quite easily and turn,
that was
reverse it around and stuff.
Absolutely, yeah.
That was my appeal to the whole thing,
Yeah, you find the little gaps. You're used to like scrambling and getting out of things, and you're faster than the bigger person, and you've got more technique than them. You've got the leverage and like.
Technique makes all the difference.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed.
You have to be though. It's so complicated, the sport. You have to be obsessed with it.
Oh yeah.
It's just too much to learn.
It's almost like a dance at points where it's like each part of the move, the motion. Yeah, it's great. I absolutely love it. We're doing mountain triangles a day on Thursday before we went to class. Yeah. Mountain triangle escalade, it's just like it's so much fun.
The hard to pull off when you roll as well.
I've got it twice. I got two different people during the lolly.
Did you?
Yeah, I got Dale with one pretty much, but it didn't quite lock in. I got Liam with one. I wasn't expecting it, and I nearly got on one of the other lads, but it was that hot in there, and I was that slippy and sweaty. I couldn't lock my feet properly.
That was last night.
Last night, yeah.
Yeah, it was hot as fuck there. Like 30 people in.
Oh yeah, I don't think they had the AC on either. But it's just with so many people in there, it's great. It's just like afterwards, it's just chaos. It's
like I was like rolling with like higher belts, like I'm still a white belt with like experienced blue belt, but like they were trying things on me. I could just slip out of it with the sweat, and I was like yes, fucking get me with that. Just slip my way out. Like, you have a bit of an advantage in no-gi because like the technique, you can fucking slide out of it, can't you?
Oh yeah. It's once you get sweaty enough, you realise at like the start of the night. Obviously, I'm learning mounted triangles and stuff. Me and Dale, fresh, we've just arrived, and I'm like, we're getting. I was like, yeah, it feels nice and tight. And then you try and do it. Once you try doing that after you've done one of Dougie's workouts, you've done a wrestling session, and then and then you're rolling after that, and it's just absolute. Then we did King of the Mat that night as well. Last night.
Yeah. King of the Mat made us like do some like sparring, like takedown based sparring. One's trying to take down and one's trying to defend it. Then King of the Mat. Then like full on rolls afterwards.
That was class.
Mad. I burnt 100 calories. My work like recorded 100 calories. Like it's more than that.
Wasn't it more than that?
It's just over. No, did I say 100?
Yeah.
Or 1,000?
It's 1,000. That's what I was saying.
1,000. Yeah.
1,000 calories you burnt off.
Chris Douglas, he's a UK pro MMA fighter, really good at wrestling. He was my mate when I was in primary school.
Is it?
Like, we went to Beavers together. Like I remember his first fight, right? I think like he said I remember 2 fights from primary school. One was with Michael Stevenson. And they arranged just arranged to have a fight. They didn't even like dislike each other. In primary school, well, it's like we're gonna have a fight. This was like the start of like Dougie's like professional kind of fighting career. And then like they went to like this bit like when you walk home, there's like a bit that was just like was kind of like a green, but it was like on the back of everyone's houses, and it was just like a bit of a wasteland that like no one really. It was like out of view of all the houses and like everyone. And like they had a fight on there, and then like. So Dougie just like kicked Michael Stevens in the stomach. He got winded. He was like, "Oh!" And that was just the end of the fight. And then like afterwards, Michael Stevenson was just like, "Oh, it's not fair. He had some really big boots on. His boots are too big."
Classic primary school.
Yeah, like that was the whole fight. And then
That's
I don't
the
remember
key.
the second one. When I told Dougie the story like recently about Michael Stevens, he said, "Oh yeah, do you remember the one with Aaron Sutcliffe?" He was class Aaron Sutcliffe. But like he said, he had a fight with him. But like, and like Aaron Sutcliffe won because he got a stick and put a bit of dog shit on the end of it. And chased Dougie around with the dog shit on the end of the stick.
You do realise this is not actual fighting.
No, it's the
start.
technique.
It's the start of it.
Yeah, technique.
But I'm just saying, like,
This is how you learn
I'm
from
just
dog
saying,
shit.
Chris Douglas, the reason he is an undefeated professional mixed martial artist is
He's
because,
been
you know,
fighting,
he's
yeah.
been fighting since he was like
From the stick with
9-10 years old.
the dog shit.
He's fought shitty sticks and everything from a kid. You know,
Fair point.
that's why he's undefeated.
Fair point.
Yeah. It's always good. It's always good a wrestling session like, but they are absolute killer. I always remember watching them from the beginner class and everything. You're just looking at them and thinking, we're sat there, no warm up. We just sat watching and then we join in rolling. You just think, fuck. It was. I wish you start doing the warm ups beforehand. It absolutely ruined you.
Yeah.
Part of fun though.
So yeah, what we're doing as a band? Should we talk about like
Actually, us as a band.
us and music?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we do music as well, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
Forgot about that.
Subtopic.
Well,
What are we doing now?
call it music. Is it music?
We are talking bollocks into a microphone right now, but
Yeah.
outside of that, what are we doing?
Just try to fucking play a gig that doesn't get cancelled.
It'd be nice, wouldn't
Trying.
it? It's been a year
To be
since
fair, we cancelled the.
we got together.
Yeah.
We haven't had the opportunity.
So like, yeah.
We attempted tonight.
Yeah, should be in
Yeah,
Manchester,
like
shouldn't
that.
we?
Yeah, it should be in Manchester. Hey, Hart.
Yeah. So yeah, like, so use the start of lockdown. So the band, me and Sam were in the band with two other people, Trader and Glenn, who we're still good friends with. They left, and then News joined, and then it was just like we've just been practicing every week for like a year or so, and recording and writing, and just haven't been able to play a gig.
Yeah.
Like, but like you like you do that when you start a new band, but you like joined a band that was already going.
Yeah, but
And like then like having all this time and can't even gig, like that must be like that must be like a new experience for you. It's like that must be like
It's all in your experience.
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's made it feel like, because you change the set list, the style's a little bit different, isn't it, to what it was before?
Yeah.
So I remember
Quite
seeing
different.
the previous band before, with the two other members. I mean, so to me, it almost feels like you say, it feels like a new band because I haven't had.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Before, so we've been working on the new sound and stuff.
It does like because we've scrapped like most of the songs out of the old set, so it's sort of like a new band. I suppose like working hard and like for a year, like a new band. It's probably sort of normal, isn't it?
I think like
But then for you and Sam, it's it'll be more frustrating, like obviously compared to me and Rob.
It's horrible,
joining
yeah.
this band.
It's like when we were like gigging like regular, we were fucking like proper in the flow of it, like.
that's it, especially like joining this band. Like, the attraction is the amount of gigs and the amount of like sort of like pulling power you guys had, and then you roll on fucking COVID, and then none of us are doing any of it, and you do have to sort of like think like, well, when is this gonna happen? But
We were getting going.
we're doing well. We've had a good year, really, a strong year. So,
The enthusiasm's there. Might not sound it, but
yeah,
it's still there.
We're just
Like,
dead
we're
keen to get
tight as fuck now. We'll be class when we like, start gigging. Wow.
yeah.
Better be anyway.
Oh, I've got it pissed.
Use it for our advantage, maybe.
Right.
You two talk to each other.
Let's all do pisses.
We can't all go, someone has to talk to them.
The only partners.
Me and George are gonna play like
But yeah, all this section will probably get cut out.
yeah. So then, Josh, how's your day been?
Boring, to be honest. This,
Do you want to promote your mum's new business?
yeah, Fusion Salon in Middlesbrough. No,
Fusion salon.
that's all I've been doing today. Just
Yeah.
working a bit on
So
that to try to
what's
get
that?
it going.
Hair and nails, or
Multiple it's I do hair and nails mainly. Well, I say mainly. It's a variety of things and different skin treatments and stuff as well. And
so you have like a masseuse in there.
Yeah, there's also masseuse and that who does proper massage therapy. So it's not just like for girls and stuff.
No, that sounds nice.
But like,
could do the deep tissue myself.
Yeah, like people who like into fitness and stuff and want to go
like recovery and all.
Yeah, like
like the hot stones and all kind of thing.
Yeah, I still need to learn all this stuff myself. So that's what I've been starting to do, run the social media a bit, but it's all new and up and running with only in the past couple of days.
Business.
Yeah. Good luck with that. What about you? What have you been doing today?
Me, I'm just nothing.
It's literally nothing.
Nothing much. Just in between starting new jobs.
Yeah.
I'm starting the NHS career on the 23rd, so I'm looking forward to that.
What is it you're doing within that?
Healthcare assistant.
Yeah.
So I'll just be like supporting the nurses and doctors and all that kind of thing.
Would you be going to the same place? Regularly?
Yeah, it's the same ward.
Yeah.
North Tees. Yeah. So I'll be doing orthopedics, so it's like fractures and strains and sprains and like elderly falls and all that kind of thing.
Doing X-rays and lines and stuff.
All the observations and blood pressure, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, at least different stuff each day and that.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's gonna be like diverse, you know.
Yeah, things like that should keep it interesting.
Oh yeah.
You never know what's coming in.
That's it. And who's next? Who's fella for motorbike now? Yeah, brakes, all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
So you recently passed your driving test. Congratulations.
Thank you.
First time as well.
Yeah, I thought I failed by the impression, but
you had the confidence.
Luckily, it was all right. It was more relieved passing my first time simply because of COVID. I had to wait like a year to get my actual test.
Yeah.
But yeah, big relief.
Independent now. Drive us drunken knobheads everywhere we want to go.
On the road. Yeah.
Both were rejoined suspiciously at the exact same time.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
Stop smelling your fingers.
The gig's still going on. Must be that 4 bands, you know.
4 bands, yeah.
There's a kids in the toilet and we were just like pissing next to each other talking. One of them was like, what's this your pub? What's this your pub? Like, no, we just live in the basement. They're like, do you? Yeah. And we just walked off.
Like pure cave monsters.
Just like, oh yeah, they live in the basement, yeah. Just just to be young and just fucking horrible.
Yeah.
But they must be on a midnight up there. They must have every class time. Especially after all this lockdown shit.
Yeah, definitely.
And fun.
Might end up having like a roaring 20s.
It's nice to see a gig, but it's nice to see like the up and coming as well, you know, like the young people sticking at it.
Yeah.
That's one of the good things about this venue. Not many places would put on a gig just for younger people like that, and then we're playing later in the month and that as well. Like, there's a lot of variety that goes on in these places.
Yeah, it's good. I was talking to Graham, like Graham's runs the venue like just before this gig, and like obviously when you've got like they're letting underage people in, but they're allowing alcohol for like people who are like over age, and like it's a bit like
It's risky, that.
you know. Yeah, you naturally you're gonna worry about it, like what's gonna go on, how they're gonna behave and stuff. But like I was talking to him about like Steve at the Westgarth, just like every month he was before the pandemic, like doing like an underage gig, and like the band was underage as well.
Oh, they played at the same time as someone, didn't they?
Yeah, they were playing downstairs, we were upstairs, and like they were just so well behaved and just had a great time, and like he just like let them do it every month. I said that to Graham, he's like, alright, I feel a bit better now actually, like he told me that.
That's good. It gives younger people around here something to do. Like, there's not much going at the moment in Middlesbrough. In
not a lot of outlets, is it? Like,
Yeah, and all those kids up there, they're like, oh, like excuse me.
No, they're all doing that. They'll be doing that soon.
They will be doing loads of that soon. But yeah, they're all like
Watch these
alternative
mates.
stuff, and like they need like fucking something to go to. When I was a kid, like went to the George in Stockton, and like that was like there was a rock night and a Friday. It's like where like I could go to, and like you know, people who were like a bit alternative, and like you need something like that. They need something to like go to and like fucking enjoy themselves and like feel safe. And, like not gonna get fucking started on or whatever.
Still might.
Huh?
They still might. You never know.
Nah. We'll go. We'll protect them.
So anyway, tape machines.
Tape machines. Is that your hot topic?
Oh no.
Tape machines.
No.
You couldn't really
Hot
do
topic.
like a podcast without mentioning the vast array of tape machines.
Tape machine. Yeah. What have we got in the background then, Sam? What's all this shit?
No, we won't go down that route.
Yeah, kind of have to now. So.
You drag me into it.
Just
You keep making me talk. I don't want to talk.
talk about them.
Well, you stroke them.
Will I stroke them?
Straddle them.
I'll try and sexualise them.
An array of tape.
Yeah, you can't let them down now.
You talk about the technical details and I'll make it sexy.
Do you reckon you can fit that spill up your ass?
What's this? What is this, Sam?
It's a tape machine. It's a 1-inch 16-track tape machine. Oh, 1 inch.
Where?
And everybody who knows me knows that's enough for fun.
How did you
Enough
get it?
for a party, that like.
Oh, me and you, we drove over to Manchester way, didn't we?
To the Peak District.
Peak District,
It was
yeah.
like south of there, like.
Yeah. That was the guy. It was the guy who did jingles, didn't he? Did radio jingles.
Yeah, it was like that's it. It was an old school jingle recorder, and he had this like.
The pedal's here, so it's got a pedal on it, which if you press, it resets to 0. So because jingles are only 30 seconds long, you'd record the section, press that pedal, and it's been modded so that it just stops, returns to 0, and starts recording again straight away. And he'd build the jingle.
So, yeah, and he had like, so like it was how the town's called. There's a nice little picturesque town. He like had this big like old house, which was
a
like
bed and breakfast,
He just
did
made
you
it
have
a bed and breakfast, yeah.
But it
like,
was the studio.
A massive studio, and it was all fucking tape shit. And he was just like, oh yeah, man, back in the days when we made jingles, it was a great time. Yeah.
For American couple.
Was he from like fucking San Diego or some shit?
I think sort of. Did he have like a mid-Atlantic accent a bit?
No, he had a very British accent. I don't know why yours was.
Yeah, so that's just lies
I'd
anyway.
like to think.
Oh, that is proper lies.
Fucking hell, man.
But yeah, no, he was British bloke.
Well, like he got his son was into jingles. And
Yeah,
his
his son had a
son's into
studio.
jingles.
His son had a studio, and he didn't want the tape machine. So he
Digital. Dude, tragic. Jingles are all digital now.
jingles are all digital now.
Digital
Apparently.
jingles.
The death of analog
As if.
jingles.
Analog
Saddest-
jingles.
okay.
I wouldn't even name it.
Why stop doing something when it's 160 quid a tape minimum? You know what I mean? When you can do it on a laptop in Audacity.
Just knock out a jingle.
Man, like trundle it down these like cobbly fucking streets. Get in the back of these fast. Strapped it all
Oh yeah,
down.
we had it all strapped into the thing. Yeah. That was in the gap. There was a COVID. It was while COVID was still all ongoing, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was all.
They
gone.
just had their jabs. It was that initial
Alright,
section of the
yeah,
jabs.
yeah,
Yeah,
they were like older, weren't they? Yeah, made a bacon breakfast. We got this old jingle machine.
The old jingles. A couple of lights are off. She works. The lights. Some lights might be off, but she's home. Working. 15 tracks are working. I've got one dead card, but
Yeah.
took a bit to get her working. She was all seized up a little bit. She hadn't been used in a long time, so.
So hopefully we'll fucking record our album. This thing.
Yeah. She's all calibrated. Well, she's calibrated to herself. The really rough way. Until I can afford 500 quid for a calibration tape.
We do it the rough way.
The rough way.
Rough as fuck. Roll from Stockton's fine.
The 4 tracks. Oh, you're using that for your drum beats, aren't you? The 4 track.
Yeah, I think I record drums in it though.
Really want to get the echo unit on it. There's the echo unit for it's up there. The tape echo unit. It's a lovely sound.
Yeah, sweet.
That B77. That was in a house with about 7 other B-77s and a load of A-77s, and he had them all set up in a like synchronised. But he did broadcast stuff. Nothing really.
No, it's ours to make some fucking scutty, horrible.
Just some really shit
that
music.
Literally everything, like what all the people that sold us this shit would listen to what we're playing and they just like regret selling us.
Yeah, it feels sick.
Detest immediately.
Yeah, what in the fuck is this?
I used to make pristine jingles on this.
Have some fucking respect.
This would never sell car insurance.
That's why he couldn't give us any tapes, yeah, because they were all American companies still, and they were.
What was he saying? He was saying like,
it's all private and
it's
confidential.
very sensitive. I'm not sure the company would allow me to release these tapes. It's got very sensitive jingles.
I wish the people in the Ministry of Defence who left all those classified documents at a bus stop had the same kind of secure system for data.
The Russians with this nuclear sub bomb.
Was it even relevant that he mentioned them, like with the setup on it, or was he? Did he mention it just to say that, like?
He was like,
just so he can say he can't.
Dying to tell us about his jingle.
Did you have to stay?
He mentioned these tapes just so he then can go. Oh, sorry, I can't tell you about that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like we didn't even know about these tapes. He was just like, oh yeah, I've got these tapes. Yeah, but you can't. Oh, you can't. It's too sensitive. I've got major American corporations that just, they just sound. Please, Dave, don't sell those jingle tapes.
Yeah, he's acting like he's twisting his arm.
You keep your jingles there, David.
He didn't give a fuck about his jingle tapes.
Yeah.
Hello.
We're recording over them with shit music.
Yeah. We should send him the roughest, dirtiest song with recorded. Yeah. Send it back to him.
I need to send it with the guy who was trying
new
to...
jingle.
The guy who was trying to buy the calibration tape.
I'll just be like, thanks man, yeah, thanks for this. We've actually just got a contract for Uncle Ben's jingle.
Yeah.
Do you want to listen to it?
Yeah.
It's just like, Uncle Ben's
rice you need.
Can't do it.
Next jingle. Right. Toilet.
Yeah, do that. Definitely do that.
This seat looks so comfortable.
Yes. I might still drink this one. No, I've drank both of these now. Well, I'll be at the drinks because he's going to the toilet. Do you want a drink?
Yeah, go on then.
They've got a
nice one.
Any particular?
Just another hand.
They've got one more band on.
Is it 5 or something?
Well, it finishes at 10 because she said it finishes at 10. Kelly said no, it finishes at 10, and I reckon I can do last orders at 10:30.
Right. What's everyone want to drink?
I'm alright.
Just a Heineken. Cheers.
Being responsible. Can never be responsible. Trying to think of shit segues. So anyway, have you watched porn before? I remember watching porn this one time. Well,
Found this really interesting website last week.
it's all scat, all of it, just all scat.
How far in are we on it on?
I have no idea. I'll see how long this has been recording for. It's been recording for 44 minutes. 44 minutes of utter shite.
Oh, that's alright. I was wondering how my reference of time was going.
Are you guessing the time?
No, not that. I was thinking has 10 minutes gone by or has an hour gone by?
45 minutes, right? 45 minutes.
That's not bad.
Alright, I'll do it 15 and then call it an hour. I like this. I like how black these cans are.
What's that?
Piston head.
Piston head's gorgeous.
B&M, man. Just went to B&M. They just got all
You get booze at B&M. When's that started?
Yeah. All like craft stuff, like really cheap at B&M.
Oh shit! I'm thinking. Yeah, there's the one in Stockton, isn't there? There's a B&M in Stockton.
Portrait Lane.
Oh, the big one. Oh.
This is the real international content.
Proper
isn't it?
Proper B.
Which B&M and Portrait Lane in Stockton you can get craft lager from. So have a lot of international appeal.
I only go to Portrait myself now.
It used to be there every day when I was in college.
Yeah.
Popping in, getting all the deals, but don't go there no more.
Oh, it's good for booze now. It's meant for booze. You're not much of a boozer, are you?
No, I don't really drink. I did used to go in there actually for a drink when I was 18, but yeah, I don't really drink much in general now.
Well, it's probably good for you. What are the hot topics we got to talk about? What are we going through all now?
Hot takes. I think we've talked all the shite about everything, really.
Well, let's see how Rob's piss went when he gets back.
We'll just talk about, yeah.
Upstairs.
What's your favourite amount of urea to water ratio?
We can invite some youth down to the basement. I mean, that's...
I can't. After
Can't
last
see
time.
how that could possibly...
No. It's against all of the conditions of the corona.
The Shakin was doing this podcast and they invited these children down, underage children, to the basement. Alright, mate, we're on it. It's there. It's there.
Alright, Sam.
Put them away. We're on the Piston Head. Piston Head. If this gets more than 100 views, Piston Head Lager, I think you should sponsor us. I think it'd be well worth your time.
Like 10 views at least, you know what I mean? Send us a couple of cans.
I mean, we get like 13, 14 views, like a couple 100 cans for that.
Still rolling.
Yeah. Go on, yeah. I think we're running out of talking points though. You know what I mean? We don't think we're asking how your piss went.
I don't know. Yeast. I'm just gonna say like yeast.
Yeast.
Yeah.
Yeast. Did you?
Do you know like beef Monster Munch? That sort of aroma.
Like asparagus and sadness.
Yeah, like sad fucking wheat.
Kidney stones, at least.
Oh, don't talk about kidney stones.
Not yet.
I had a mate who had a 6 mil kidney stone.
Right. I really don't want to hear it, but I think you should.
Please go on.
No.
Please
I'll
do.
suffer through it. Come on.
No.
Tell us about this horrible thing.
Well, you've reeled us in now. I said beef crisps. Now it's your turn.
We've gone from beef crisps to kidney stones.
We're really getting the gutter now. This is a medical procedure anyway. This isn't even dirty.
It's like a laser down the dick. And then you get like
Exactly. That's a medical procedure. This is medical. Now it's time for some medical
like
content.
science fiction.
Sam, give us some
NHS
medical
content,
please.
A whale's penis is the size of a...
No, the laser down the dick. You know what he wants.
Oh,
Come on.
right. Well, they just put a laser in. It's like a light show for your fucking balls, and then cut it up, and you get to piss
In
it
balls.
out. No, it's not.
Down your Japanese ass.
What is it? What are we talking about here?
Lasers down a penis to cut up a 6 mil kidney stone.
Who? Why?
Because kidney stones exist, and inside of people at times.
And you have to pee.
Right.
This to prevent surgery.
And so they didn't have to cut into him. They just put like a laser in there. I think that the laser went in, and then obviously they cut it up with a laser like Star Wars.
Cut what? The kidney stone.
The kidney stone, yeah, chopped it up into pieces.
But like, was it like? Did they have to shine like directly down the jab side without hitting the edges, or they burnt the edges?
I don't know. Like you'd have to like. Have you ever tried to like hold it open? You have to put like a McDonald's straw down or something, you know what I mean? Just to hold it open. Capri Sun, if you're feeling a bit frivolous, you know what I mean? There's a Mission Impossible endeavour there.
How
you know
a
what I
waste
mean?
of Capri Sun.
Wasted a Capri Sun there. Question is, do you go with a spiked end or the round end? Oh no, anyway. I mean, I don't need
This is
spiked
where
end,
it's
but
evident we're not professional like Joe Rogan.
I've never.
We don't have
I
someone
never
at the
said
side
we were professional.
researching.
There's no script.
No,
Right.
no, at no
Researching
point did I say we were
Zero
professional.
script.
Right.
Keeping
Okay.
it correct.
Should we wrap it up then? I think we've skirted the bottom of the penis now.
We've been the Shakin Nightmares.
Right, that's